Past simple tense. Let us go through some of the rules related to this. It is used with complete actions in the past. It describes actions that happened and were completed in the past. For example, I visited Paris last year. Specific time reference. It is used with time markers like yesterday, last week, etc. Example, she left the office at 6 p.m. Sequence of events. It is used to describe actions that happened one after another. Example, he woke up, brushed his teeth and left for work. It also used with past habits. Example, they always played football after school. It is used with questions. Did plus base verb. Did you watch the movie yesterday? With negative sentences. Use did not plus base verb. Example, I did not go to the party. It is used with regular verbs. Add ed to form the past tense. Example, she worked at a bank. With irregular verbs, use the second form of the verb. For example, he ate dinner late last night. With stative verbs, can also be used in the past simple. Example, she knew the answer. It has got no connection to the present. Describes events that are over and have no link to the present events. Example, he finished the report last week. Let us have a look at some of the examples. I walked to school yesterday. She studied all night for the exam. He built a trios last summer. They traveled to Japan in 2019. Did you call him this morning? We did not finish the project on time. The train arrived late last night. He ate breakfast before leaving. I lost my keys at the park. She always visited her grandmother on Sundays. Let us now go through some of the rules related to past continuous tense. Action in progress in the past. This describes actions that were happening at a specific moment in the past. For example, I was reading at 8 p.m. Interrupted actions. It is used with the past simple to describe an action that was interrupted. For example, he was cooking when the phone rang. Two simultaneous actions. This describes two actions happening at the same time. For example, they were singing while she was playing the piano. Background actions. It is used to set the scene in storytelling. For example, the birds were chirping and the sun was shining. It is also used with repeated actions that happened repeatedly. Sometimes with always. Example, he was always forgetting his keys. With questions formed with was or were plus subject plus verb ing form. Example, was she sleeping when you arrived? It is also used with negative sentences formed with was or were not plus verb ing. Example, they were not playing in the park. It is used with temporary actions as well. Example, we were staying at a hotel for a week. It is used with while or when, often used with these conjunctions. Example, I was watching TV when the lights went out. No stative verbs. This tense is not used with stative verbs. For example, he was knowing the answer is an incorrect example. Correct example is he knew the answer. Let us go through some of the examples. I was watching a movie at 9 p.m. yesterday. She was writing a letter when the doorbell rang. They were playing football while it was raining. He was always making excuses for being late. Were you studying when I called you? We were staying in New York during the winter. She wasn't listening to the teacher during the lecture. The kids were playing in the garden all afternoon. I was reading a novel while she was cooking. The train was moving slowly because of the fog.